Welcome to our today's lesson. Today, we would want to look at cost volume profit analysis. Specifically, we would want to learn how to draw the break-even charts. So I have given some small illustration which I want to imagine each one of us can see here. We are told here we have three products, X, Y, and Z. They have given us the sales volume for each product. They have given us the selling price. They have given us the variable cost per unit. They have given us the fixed cost of the farm, and then they want us to construct a multiple product CVP chart. This is a very straightforward question that has been tested severally in F5 ACCA and Advanced Management Accounting CPA Section 5. So if I got this kind of a question on an exam, where should I start from? Step number one. You can see here we have price, we have variable cost. So the very first step that you should go through is for you to determine the contribution margin. That is contribution per unit for each product. Now, my good students, how do we normally get contribution margin? To get contribution margin, we normally take the selling price minus variable cost. So to get CM, we normally take the price minus variable cost. So for X, you can see the price is 3 and the variable cost is 2.25. So what do we have there? 3 minus 2.25, which gives us 0.75. The second one is 4 minus 3.5, that gives us 0.5. And then we have 2 minus 1.25, which gives us 0.75. So step number one, give us contribution margin. If you're dealing with a break-even chart question, after you give us contribution margin, it will be very important for you to give us the CMR. Come and give us the CMR, contribution margin ratio, which some other literature call the CS ratio. So how do we get this CS ratio? We will basically get the contribution margins that we have computed here divided by the price of each of these three products. So like here, the contribution margin for X is 0.75 divided by the price of the product, which is 3. So this gives me a CMR of 0.25. For Y, we have 0.5 divided by the price. So the CMR there will be 0.125. Z, lastly, we have the CM of 0.75 divided by the price, which is 2, which gives us 0.375. 0.375. So step number one, give us the CM. Step number two, give us the contribution margin ratio. And to get this contribution margin ratio, you have seen the formula. It's the quotient between CM and the price. Step number three, you rank the product. Remember, the higher the CMR, the better the product is for us. The better the product is for us. The higher the CMR, the better. So the best performing product in terms of CMR is product Z, which has got the highest CMR. So we'll rank this number 1, and then this becomes number 2, this becomes number 3. This becomes number 3. So step number 3, you rank. Step number 4, come and give us the total sales. The total sales. The total sales, this is the same as total revenue. To get total revenue, we basically take price multiplied by quantity sold. So to get revenue, we take the price times quantity sold. So like now you can see the price is 3, they were able to sell 2,000. So this gives us a revenue of 6,000. Here the price is 4, they were able to sell 2,000. So the multiple there will be 8,000. We have 2 by 5,000 giving us 10,000, like that. Yes, and then come and give us the total contribution. This is very important for us. Total contributions. So how do we get total contributions? We shall take contribution per unit times number of units here sold. Contribution per unit times number of units sold. So the contribution that we have here is 0.75. Multiply this by the quantity sold was 2,000 equals. So this gives us 1,500. The contribution margin there for the second product is 0.5. 0.5 of 2,000 is 1,000. We have lastly, the contribution margin for Z is 0.75. So 0.75 times 5,000 times 0.75, this gives us 3750. This gives us 3750 like that. 3750. Now, after you give us these total contributions, now we are very ready to come up with the break-even multiple chart schedule. So we call it the multiple chart schedule. We call it the multiple chart schedule. So our multiple chart schedule is quite easy. What we shall do is to have a column here for products. Products, remember now we capture them in the order that they have been ranked. Like we have this one here was ranked number 1. So we'll consider making Z only first. So Z only first, how much total sales shall we realize? How much total contributions shall we realize? What will be the farm's profit? The three things that we must always put in a multiple chart schedule. So for Z, if we produce Z alone, the total sales here will be 6,000. The total sales here will be 6,000. Aha. The total contribution, we already have the total contribution. No, not 6,000, sorry. Z is 10,000 years. The total contribution here will be 3750 is the total contribution. Now change this total contribution to profit. How do you change the total contribution to profit? This is an easy thing. We know that for us to get profit, we normally take total contribution minus fixed cost. Total contribution minus fixed cost. So the fixed cost of the farm is given. It is 3250. So here, if I produce Z only, I will be getting 3750. I knock off this fixed expense, which is 3250. So minus 3250, which gives me 500. Now listen to me. That is the first scenario. The second scenario is where we make the very first ranked product together with the second best product. So the second ranked product here was X. X is the one that is ranked number 2. So we make Z and X. Z and X. So we look at our three attributes. We start with our total sales for the two products. For the first product is 10,000, X is 6,000. So this gives me 16,000 in total. How about total contribution? We have 3750 and 1500 plus 1500, which gives me 5250. The two will give me 5250 minus the farm's fixed cost. Remember, it doesn't matter how many units you're producing at a time. It doesn't matter how many types of products you're producing. Fixed cost is ever constant. So what I will do, I will come and take this 5250. I subtract the farm's fixed cost, which remains at 3250. So minus 3250, which gives me a profit of 2,000. Now, the third scenario now is where we produce the first ranked, second ranked, and the third ranked. Fortunately, we have only 3 products. So we have here Z, X, and the third ranked was Y. So you give us their total sales of the 3 products, that is 14,000 plus 10,000 equals, this gives me 24,000. Aha. We have the total contributions here, we have 2,500 plus 3,750, which gives me 6,250 contributions. The moment I get contributions there, straight away come and knock off the fixed cost of the farm. So minus 3,250. 3,250. So that gives me 3,000. 3,000. Now there is one more scenario that very many students here forget about. Which if you forget about that scenario, your chart will not come out nicely. Actually, you won't be right. This scenario of where we produce none. So we have our space, but we end up producing nothing. So what will happen in this case here is that our total sales will be 0, our total contributions will be 0, but remember, fixed costs can never forgive you. The moment you decide to have a venture like this, even if you have got 0 students, even if you are going to produce nothing, the fixed cost in this case here is ruthless. It will have to knock down on you. It's called a fixed down cost. So you take here 0 minus the fixed cost of 3,250. So this is minus 3,250 like that. Minus 3,250. Minus 3,250. Very good. Now the moment you have got this down with you, now you can draw your chart very nicely. This is the last step. You can draw your chart very, very nicely. I hope all of us are able to follow. I hope all of us are able to follow, right? So let's put up the chart together. So you put up the chart together. So our chart is here. I can see I have a negative profit. So I have profit here, and then I have my sales here. So for sales, I can see I'm plotting this column versus that column. So for sales, I can see the highest here is 24,000. So I can go to 2,000. 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and then lastly 24. Let's bring this here, 24 like that. And then now we have our profits. Our profits. So profits, you can see the highest profit amount is 3,000. The lowest is negative 3250. Negative 3250. So this one I can work with 500. So 500. So we start with negative 500. So 1, 2, 3. I need 6 boxes here. Both 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So minus 500, minus 1,000, minus 1,500, minus 2,000, minus 2,500, minus 3,000, minus 3,500. The moment I knock on this, I'll have captured minus 3,250. From there, I have 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, like that. Now here we are. So the 10,000 total sales first figure is 10,000 versus a profit of 500. So 10,000, my figures here are in thousands. 10,000 is here versus 500 profit. So this is the first point. The second point, they are talking over 16,000 versus a profit of 2,000. So 16 is here versus a profit of 2,000. 2,000 is here, like that. The other point that we have here, the third one, is 24,000 versus 3,000. 24,000 versus 3,000. Somewhere there. Somewhere there. The last point is the one of production of nothing. So 0 versus 3,250. 0 is here. This is our 0. 3,250 will be somewhere here, like that. Now listen to me, 2 things. You must ensure that, first of all, you have a straight line connecting the very first and the very lowest point here. So this line has to be very straight. A straight line connecting these points there. And then now we have our curve which touches through our points here. And automatically, the moment you have got that, this now becomes your chart. This is your chart. This is your chart. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you very much, and keep on following us at RCM. Thank you.